Hey guys, what's going on? Richard here with Alien Bros. I hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to another video. I have a lot of crazy UFO sightings to share with you guys today, and then afterwards, as usual, we have some interesting topics for you guys to discuss. And remember guys, if you're new here and you like the work that we're doing on this channel, then don't forget to tap subscribe and ding the notification bell. We truly do appreciate all of your support. It means a lot to us. Anyway, let's get into our first UFO sighting of the day. This first sighting comes to us from Honolulu, Hawaii, and was captured on January 5th of 2015, but was not reported until recently on June 2nd of 2018. It shows a flat-out incredible capture of a cigar UFO. That's all I'll say right now. I want to let you guys see the rest for yourselves first. I'll play the clip twice because it's pretty short and I want you guys to be able to analyze it and make your own personal judgments on it before I give my thoughts on it. I'll go ahead and play you guys the clip and we'll get into more on it afterwards, alright? Check out this footage.
UFO.
Dude, is it a
Dude, what the hell just disappeared?
Where'd he go?
What? UFO.
Dude, is it a
Dude, what the hell just disappeared?
Where'd he go?
What?
Yeah, so, as I said, this clip is pretty incredible. Before we go any further, I'll read you guys the witness's statement. The statement reads, on January 5th of 2015, a couple of my friends and I were skateboarding in Honolulu, Hawaii at a tennis court. I noticed a silver/chrome object directly above me, and I presumed it was an airplane until I witnessed the object completely disappear just a few seconds later. In shock, I told my friends about what I had just witnessed. We all looked up, and the object had reappeared. We stared at the chrome object for approximately 30 seconds before it vanished once again. Around another 30 seconds had passed and the object was once again visible, but this time the UFO was completely black. It took once again another 30 seconds for the object to appear in its original chrome color. This cycle continued for around 3 hours and the UFO slowly moved south before the clouds had engulfed it. We were able to get a lot of great footage of the UFO, but unfortunately we have lost it all as the years have passed. All that remains is this video. That is the end of the witness's statement. Now, so far, I am pretty divided on what this object could be. It is a perfect cigar shape and from what I can tell has no wings, propellers, or any other form of standard aviation equipment we see on normal aircraft. But even stranger so is the object's behavior. I see no evidence of tampering or CGI here, and the stunned voices of those that witnessed it only serve to me to increase the authenticity of this piece of footage. What it is though, I have no idea. I'm divided on the exact behavior that this object displayed. I cannot tell if this object was simply cloaking itself or if it was materializing and dematerializing, which could be a form of interdimensional travel across the planes of existence, or a form of instant transmission to one destination from another. For all I know, it could be transgressing through time and popping back and forth in between realities. There are a lot of possible reasons that this object could be performing the behavior that it is in this video. The real mystery for me though is what exactly was it really doing? I would love to know what exactly it was that the source managed to capture in this clip, but I would love even more to know what it was doing to make itself disappear into nothing and reappear like it never left at all. This is some very strange stuff here. I think it may have likely been cloaking itself, but if it was, then why would it have stayed in that same spot for as long as the witnesses claimed it did, and have disappeared and reappeared repeatedly? Wouldn't that defeat the purpose of a cloaking device? Was it malfunctioning? Why wouldn't they leave the area as quickly as possible as not to be witnessed by people that could be recording it, like the ones who captured this footage did? I really want to see all the footage the source claims to have captured and lost over the years. It may help bring some insight into this sighting, or at least give us a better idea of the aesthetic detail of the object, and who or what is piloting this craft. Is it government, ET, future human tech? Maybe I'm wrong and it's nothing at all, but I feel there is too much to this clip for it to be nothing or a hoax. Of course, I have been wrong in the past, and that's why I love being able to work with all of you to help solve the mysteries behind these sorts of sightings. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. What do you think the truth behind this sighting is? Feel free to voice your opinion on it. All input is welcome as always, and if you have more information on this particular sighting, more footage of it, or similar footage, then please don't hesitate to send us over an email, and we'll work on figuring these mysteries out. Alright, next, I want to share a sighting with you guys that was originally captured on June 16th of 2018 over Mills River, North Carolina. I will say now, though, the lack of focus with the camera honestly grinds my gears, but the objects are awesome enough to be worth sharing despite this. This clip is rather short as well, but it is what I would otherwise consider to be short and sweet. I'll go ahead and play you guys the clip now so you can make your own judgment on it, and we'll talk more on it afterwards, alright? Here it is.
Hopper.
I feel like those are UFOs. Whatever they are. Oh, they're moving.
Shut up.
They're moving.
What the f are? I bet you they're like planes with super bright lights.
Where'd the fourth one go?
Baby, those aren't planes.
That night plane.
I can't film them anymore.
Yeah, so like I said, this is really an awesome piece of footage. I'll go ahead and read you guys the witness's statement to give you more context on the sighting. The statement reads, "My husband was standing at the front door about to head out for a smoke while I was reading on the couch when he hollered for me to join him. I did, and in amazement I saw 4 bright orange lights in the sky moving southeast very slowly. At first I thought it was lanterns, but these did not move in a way that your typical Chinese lantern would. I ran back into the house for something to document it, and ran back outside only to discover my battery was dead. I hollered for my teen to come record for me, and she caught a video, which I have. We observed one of the lights suddenly blink out of existence, and the final 3 formed a triangle pointed to the left and shot straight up into the sky. The whole event lasted for about 11 minutes. We were all absolutely amazed, and my youngest was terrified. I'm honestly still in amazement." That is the end of the witness's statement. So first thing here with this footage is that the idea that this could be Chinese lanterns for me was immediately thrown out as soon as I saw the objects forming a perfect triangle while hovering with one another in coordination that you'll never see with any lantern or flare. They are rather high in the sky and incredibly bright. I doubt these could be drones based on the amount of battery power they would need to emit the amount of light that these objects did, and the perfect synchrony seems almost too perfect for drones. What's more is that these objects simply disappeared without a trace, and according to the witness and her family, shot straight up into space. I highly doubt that what we're observing here in this footage is drones. To be honest, I'm not too sure what this is. When I watched the footage for the first time, I immediately assumed it was possibly a TR-3B, but seeing as how they eventually did break formation, and the claims of the witness seeing a 4th light that disappeared before the rest completely, had eliminated the idea of a TR-3B being responsible in it in my mind. As far as I am concerned, I genuinely have no good explanation for this. I try my best to debunk these sightings before I share them with you guys, and it's the sightings like these that always interest me the most. They are common in the world of UFOs, and many of them are explainable. However, some of them, like this sighting, are not so easily explained away by commonly mistook objects that people report as UFOs all the time. What do you guys think about this? Please let us know what you think the sighting is down in the comments. We would love some help from you guys on these mysteries. They're all around just strange. Alright, next I have a sighting to share with you guys that was originally shared by our friend UFO Man on his channel. It was filmed over Sarasota, Florida in July of 2017. It shows a strange group of lights that I'm pretty divided on as far as what they could be. I'll go ahead and play you guys the footage now and talk more on it afterwards, alright? Roll the clip.
Did it explode?
No, it was just moving around.
Look at them. They just keep flaming and flying around.
What is them?
Look at the other ones branching up. Dropping.
Yo, this is weird.
You guys sure picked a good spot.
Dude, are those like UFOs?
Yeah, the 4th kind.
What the f is that?
I don't know. That's just crazy.
I don't know. I think that's kind of troubling. Honestly.
Look at it. Look how they're just floating around.
Oh shit, it's going in circles.
That shit is freaking weird.
That just dropped from the sky from what I saw.
Homestead, Miami. This might make the papers. Now they're shutting off.
They're disappearing.
You hear them. Listen.
I see it.
You hear it? Maybe it's a plane that fucking just blew up or something.
No, it was going in circles.
One thing and then it blew up?
Yeah, but see, look, they're going in different patterns.
They're just, yeah, they're dropping it.
No, one even raised.
Now they're shutting off.
So this footage stuck out to me for a few reasons, the first being how these objects simply disappeared and created such a weird formation, and then held it perfectly. What also stuck out to me is how the witness in this video said they actually just fell from the sky when they appeared. If this information is accurate, then we could feel safe rolling out drones for this footage. They're also rather large and incredibly bright, so if these were drones, they'd be putting out a large amount of light that I'm not sure I've ever seen a drone put out. Of course, I will not say there is no chance at all that these are drones, however, I'm pretty much uncertain at this point for the reasons I just listed. I know some of you guys are drone hobbyists, so maybe you guys could check this clip out and give me your opinions on it. I'm not going to make any claims yet though. I don't feel certain enough to really call this anything other than a group of unidentified flying objects at the moment, and I say that in terms of I'm not certain of what they are yet. If this is a legitimate UFO sighting of an ET or government craft, then this is some incredible footage, and I truly hope it is, as it seems to me to be looking promising so far. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. To whoever took the footage, this may be one of the most amazing displays of UFO footage ever captured, so if it is legitimate, then awesome job my friend, and thank you UFO man for sharing this awesome piece of footage with us. Definitely drop your thoughts on this down in the comments. Alright, next, I want to share with you guys a clip from another one of our friends over at Illinois Sky Chicago that he captured himself, and it's a pretty awesome catch of a legitimate orb UFO. He captured this clip in July of 2018 over Chicago, Illinois, and the link to his channel and the original video will be down in the video description. Definitely check him out as he is a big sky watcher and gets a lot of great captures. Anyway, let's go ahead and play you guys the clip now, and we'll get into more on it afterwards, alright? Here it is.
Here we go. You see that bright star look at 6 o'clock? See that going underneath it? That, my friends, is an UFO. See if we can get a little closer. See it moving? Oh, he's nice and bright. Thank you. Look at that. Thank you very much. You see, he brightened up now. This guy's moving south to north. He's kind of moving slow, you know. A little slower than a plane. A little lower than a satellite. Looky there. That's a good one. Man, we're gonna keep him for a while. He's flying north, so it doesn't look like he's moving too much, you know? Kind of a hard angle. But there he is. He's fading out now. He's getting dark now. He's away from the city. Kind of going into a dark mode there. Over the suburbs, northern tier suburbs. It's quite a bit darker up there. Man, that was a good one. Holy smokes. Thank you. Big Dipper. See it? Got the Big Dipper. I'll keep you guys up. Maybe we'll get another one, you know? That was a good one. That's exciting. That came from the south too. Ah, that was nice. And there's Jupiter in all his big gas glory. And my dog found a golf ball.
So all around, this is a pretty solid capture. This craft is clearly very high up in the sky and does not have any flashing aviation lights, which automatically means it would be illegal to fly since it is not FAA compliant, and most likely, this was not a plane or a common conventional aircraft. The rate of speed at which it traveled was also incredibly slow, and it was lit up extremely bright, especially when considering the altitude at which it was flying at. I have my doubts that this is anything normal, and these sightings of these ball of light UFOs are becoming ridiculously common these days, and making me wonder why they have been appearing in such huge numbers. Is there some sort of agenda at work here? I myself have seen a lot of these orb UFOs and filmed them, and it makes me wonder what they're doing here. Why are they simply hanging out in the sky for extended periods of time, sometimes hours? Are they preparing for something? Why are there so many of them? There needs to be some sort of an explanation for this. Hopefully we can find out what it is. What do you guys think they're after? I would love to hear some of your opinions on this. Anyway, I want to get into a couple of topics now. One being a rather interesting one regarding what could quite possibly be the first documented UFO sighting ever, where the ones who documented it were actually aware that what they were looking at was a UFO, or at least the equivalent of the phrase at the time. As it turns out, former US President Thomas Jefferson may have been sent the earliest recorded written observation of a UFO, according to a letter from 1813. A tavern keeper in Portsmouth, Virginia, and a friend visiting from Baltimore believed they saw a UFO in the sky. The two men, barkeep Edward Hansford and Baltimore's John Clark, describe in their letter to President Jefferson how they saw a meteor-like object in the sky. However, this object began to change shape in the sky, first taking on the form of a turtle, and according to the letter, which also appeared to be much agitated and is frequently obscured by a similar smoke. The UFO then apparently also assumed the shape of a human skeleton, which ascended and descended quickly. This is all according to the Mail, which was reprinted in 2010 in the papers of Thomas Jefferson, the Retirement Series. The letter reads, "We the subscribers most earnestly solicit that your honor will give us your opinion on the following extraordinary phenomenon. We saw in the south a ball of fire as large as the sun at meridian, which was frequently obscured within the space of 10 minutes by a smoke emitted from its own body, but ultimately retained its brilliancy and form during that period, but with apparent agitation. It then assumed the form of a turtle, which also appeared to be much agitated and is frequently obscured by a similar smoke. It then assumed the shape of a human skeleton, which was frequently obscured by a similar smoke and has frequently descended and ascended. It then assumed the form of a Scotch Highlander arrayed for battle and extremely agitated, and ultimately passed to the west and disappeared in its own smoke. It is unclear whether President Jefferson ever responded to this, but this sighting is being recognized as possibly the earliest recorded sighting of a UFO, where it was actually acknowledged as a UFO and not some sort of religious deity. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely found that pretty interesting. I honestly wish we could have seen Thomas Jefferson's response to this letter. Maybe he had witnessed something similar in his lifetime. If anything, it would have been pretty cool to hear one of the Founding Fathers' opinions on this subject, even if it wasn't viewed in the same way that it is today. Maybe that's just me though. Still, I thought that was interesting enough to share with you guys. Alright, I want to get into the final topic of this video that I wanted to discuss with you guys, and it is a lesser known UFO sighting that I have been researching and becoming more and more intrigued by the past few days. This was a mass sighting that took place at a school in Melbourne, Australia, and it has basically been ignored for the last 52 years. The story behind this sighting is honestly a crazy one. Basically, what happened was in 1966, over 300 children and staff from a Melbourne school reportedly witnessed multiple UFOs silently flying through the sky before landing in a nearby field. It is the largest UFO sighting in Australia, yet hardly anything was reported on it at the time. Over the years, there have been differing reports about the exact details of what happened on April 6th at Westall High School, such as people claiming that there were 3 saucer-like objects, while some claiming that there was just 1. But in the 52 years since the incident occurred, there has been worldwide speculation about what the people saw, with some believing it was absolutely an alien encounter, and others pointing the finger at the government testing new technology. Throughout all the years of speculation, there has been one particularly interesting piece of audio that has been greatly overlooked. An American physicist known for his research into UFOs, Dr. James E. MacDonald, conducted an interview with the science teacher from Westall High School named Andrew Greenwood, who witnessed the event. MacDonald then recorded himself describing their meeting and the creepy details that Greenwood gave about his experience. To quote, Greenwood told me that the UFO was first brought to his attention by a hysterical child who ran into his classroom and told him that there's a flying saucer outside. MacDonald says on the recording that he thought this child had become deranged or something, so he didn't take any notice, but when the child insisted that this object was in the sky, he decided to go out and have a look for himself. When Greenwood went outside, he noticed a group of children looking onwards towards the northeast area of the school grounds, and as he approached them, he claims that he saw a UFO hovering close to the power line. Greenwood described it as a round, silver object about the size of a car with a metal rod sticking up in the air. According to MacDonald, Greenwood then told him that 5 planes came and surrounded the object as more people began gathering to watch the scene before them. He called it the most amazing flying that he had ever seen in his life. The planes were doing everything possible to approach the object, and he said how they all avoided a collision he will never know. Every time they got too close to the object, it would slowly accelerate, then rapidly accelerate, and then move away from them and stop. Then they would take off after it again, and the same thing would happen. This game of cat and mouse reportedly went on for about 20 minutes, and by this time, Greenwood said that 350 children and staff were watching on. Suddenly, the UFO shot away and vanished within seconds, and it was at this point that the headmaster came out and ordered everyone to go back to class. Over the years, there are reports that the government tried to cover up the incident and stop witnesses from talking, but Greenwood claimed that it was the headmaster that first tried to squash the discussion of the incident. He gave the school a lecture and told the children they would be severely punished if they talked about this matter, and told the staff that they could lose their jobs if they mentioned it at all. The teacher claimed the headmaster was so scared and disturbed by the incident that he refused to come outside until the object was gone. When the Royal Australian Air Force contacted the headmaster, he reportedly told them, and I quote, to go jump in a lake. MacDonald said that there have been claims from several witnesses that sharply dressed men in black suits have visited them and warned them to stop from speaking about the incident. This lines up with the few experiences Greenwood had when he tried to speak with other witnesses about what they saw. At the time of seeing the UFO, though, he was a complete skeptic himself. He has never even considered the possibility of their existence, according to MacDonald. When he asked the physical education teacher to describe what she had seen herself so that he could compare it with his own observation, she just wouldn't say anything. Greenwood then reportedly spoke to one of the older students who described the event in great detail exactly as he had seen it, but when he spoke to her again a half an hour later, she wouldn't say a word. Greenwood didn't think it had anything to do with the headmaster's threats, as no one usually took him seriously, and he knew for a fact that the student he spoke with didn't attend the meeting where he made the threats. MacDonald's description of his interview with Greenwood offers a rare insight into the events from the eyes of someone who was an adult at the time. There continues to be speculation over what actually happened, and the site of the encounter was actually turned into a memorial park to commemorate the 1966 Westfall UFO incident. What actually happened here, though? This incident has been eating me alive for the past few days, so I figured I had to share it with you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on this down in the comments, and if you have some info on this incident that I didn't mention, then definitely let me and everyone else know. I want to dig up as much on this case as I possibly can. I have no idea why, I just feel drawn to it. Maybe just because of how extraordinary it is, and the fact that there are so many high-profile people supposedly involved. It just calls out to me as very strange. And, you know, I love a good mystery, so I want to try and figure out as much as I can on this, because I really want to know what actually happened back in 1966 at Westfall. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but stay tuned because there is a lot more coming, and we will have it posted very soon. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to smash that like button on your way out, share it, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. It really helps us out, and it'll let you guys stay up to date by sending you a message straight to your inbox every time we upload a video, and you could stay on the up and up with all the latest alternative news. And remember, you have to hit the bell button or YouTube will not notify you when my new videos come out. Unfortunately, just subscribing on YouTube isn't enough these days. Also, if you want updates on when our videos will be coming out, then please go follow our Facebook page. The link is down in the video description. If you have some UFO footage or evidence that you would like us to feature on the channel, then please email it over to us. Our email is down in the description as well, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you guys want to help keep this channel going strong, then donating even $1 a month to our Patreon would be extremely appreciated, because YouTube isn't paying us, so all of this is out of pocket for us. However, as I've said many times before, we love it, and we won't be quitting anytime soon. YouTube can push against us all they want to, we're going to push back twice as hard. Thanks again for your support, guys. It means a lot to us, and don't forget to browse the channel if you're new and get yourself up to speed. As always, I'm Richard with Alien Bros, and I'll see you guys again next video.